Hey guys, thank you so much for coming to my page and watching my very first YouTube video. I've wanted to do YouTube since I started learning makeup. Today, I just kind of like easily transitioned into doing this, so I'm just gonna do an everyday makeup and kind of let you guys get to know my personality a little bit at the same time. So here we go. I always start with a primer. My favorite right now is MAC Prep and Prime. And when I say right now, I mean like always. I feel like I've always used this stuff. You want to use a primer because it'll help your foundation go on smoother and last longer. Okay. So as far as foundations, I typically spray tan. I like do self tanner just about once to twice a week. So I usually buy my foundation in a lighter shade and a darker shade, and I'll mix the two depending on my level of spray tan at the moment. I badly need a spray tan, so I'm pretty much the lightest that I own at the moment. I like to use thin foundations because if you go too thick, I don't like the feeling of it not looking like skin anymore. So as thin as possible. I'm currently using NARS Sheer Glow in the shade Gobi. And I have a little bit of my last rub-on tan left, so let's use a tiny bit of the darker shade. Okay, now that I've gone through with a really light coverage foundation and blended with the Beauty Blender, now is the time that I actually want to conceal the areas that need a little bit of help. So I don't use my foundation to fix my blemishes. That's what I use my concealer for later. If you try and use a thick foundation to cover everything, your face is just gonna look fake and it's gonna crease weird later during the day. So that's why I use a thin foundation, go through later. Now you can fix the blemishes. And this is my only over-the-counter drugstore item that I use on a daily basis. It's the Age Rewind. Holy grail. This stuff is awesome. Again, I really don't use that much because I hate like 4 hours later looking at my makeup and just seeing every little line in my face. Like, thinner is better. Okay, so I went through, I just cover underneath my eyes. If you have any blemishes, I cover those lightly. I didn't cover them too much because as you can see, you can still kind of like see where I broke out just recently. I'd rather let my breakout show a little bit than cover so thick that I just look like I'm wearing a pile of makeup. So again, like I'd rather let my blemishes show a little versus just layer upon layer of makeup. So you can see them a little bit, but I don't feel like it's too bad. Okay, so these are my favorite setting powders. This is Lancome Absolute Powder and Cover FX. I like to combine the two together to make my powder because the Lancome, as much as I love it, and it creates that dewiness and like glow from within, it can be a little too much and you can look oily pretty quick. And then the Cover FX is pretty dang powdery and drying, so the combination of the two is just money. So I just mix them together in my lid, and then we're gonna go through the areas where we put concealer. Face is completely matte. Now we want to add a little bit more dimension and add that natural lighting back to your face, which is why we contour, among other reasons, like making you look skinnier. So I like to go from the top of my ear and go at a diagonal towards my lips, but you want to stop about 2 finger lengths away, otherwise it's just going to close you in and make you look like the Joker. So top of the ear, diagonal, close to the lips. And I use a big fluffy brush because I don't like a strong, strict contour. You want it to look like you're glowing and you've been outside and you just got a good tan this summer. So that's why I use a fluffier brush, and I just kind of I get that straight line and then I blend it out. It can be messy. Makeup doesn't have to be perfect. I feel like it looks even better when it's not perfect. We're still human. Oh, and this is by Hourglass. Ambient. Go underneath the jaw. Then I'm gonna do my forehead and down the sides of my nose. And this isn't gonna look good on all of you. Everyone, you have your own face shape. You have something that looks better on you that doesn't look good on others. I happen to have a bigger forehead, so I contour down by about an inch. If you have a smaller forehead, you really don't even need a contour at all up there. Go on Pinterest, find your face shape, look at a diagram. It'll tell you how to contour specifically based off of what you look like. I feel like people overcomplicate makeup way too often. I like to use the same brushes and a lot of the same products for several different uses, just so I don't have a huge spread that takes forever to clean and it's expensive to keep up on. So I'm gonna use the same exact brush as before for my blush, which is Impassioned by NARS. And you want it just on the balls of your cheeks, and then lightly blend it into your contour. You don't want a straight circle or you will look like a clown. So just get on your cheeks and then lightly blend it up with the excess product. Highlighter. This is my favorite highlighter of all time. A sweet photographer picked it up at a wedding and it broke everywhere. But Anastasia Beverly Hills. So you want to start at the top of your cheeks and lightly work your way down. When you have more product on the outside, it's a little bit less obvious, and then you can have this natural grade going into your face. It won't be as prominent. So that's it for the face. Again, this is just my everyday. I don't want to pick up my son from preschool looking like I got out of the gym. I mean, sometimes I do, but not every day. This is what I would do. Or if I'm going grocery shopping and I don't want to look like a hobo that day, like I typically do, this is what I do. If I'm going out for the night, I do quite a bit more steps just to make it look a little bit more dramatic and put together, but this is just every day. Typically, when I'm not talking, it'll take me about 20-25 minutes to do my full face of makeup. Oh, so using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Blonde and a really firm angled brush. If it's too fluffy, your eyebrows will just kind of look out of control. So use a firm brush. I start at the bottom of my eyebrow and I draw a line going towards the center, and then I angle it down. And then you can use that product that's already on your brush and you kind of flick it into the eyebrows. That way it'll get in there without looking like Sharpie brow. Because we all tried the Sharpie brow about 5 years ago when that was popular. Now that I went through and did my eyebrows, they still need a little bit of cleaning up. So I'm gonna take that concealer from before. I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand with a really thin, flat brush. I'm just gonna get a tiny bit on the top of it and then lightly go through and trace out the bottom. Maybe a little bit on the outer tip. Okay, eyebrows are not meant to be perfect. Everyone's eyebrows are different. You will never see one that looks exactly like the other. That's not the goal. If you ever see a girl, do you ever see girls like at Sephora or something and their eyebrows literally look like they were like stenciled on? Like, props to them for being able to do their eyebrows that perfectly, but it just doesn't look natural. If that's what you want to do, that's great, go ahead and do it. But that's not my look. I like natural glam. That's what I'm into. So I don't need to focus too much. It's just every day. Let's see, what do we want to do next? Oh, so next we're gonna do a little bit of eyes. I don't wanna do too much because again, this is just like getting coffee with girlfriends. I'm not gonna go crazy. So I'm gonna take that same brush. I just wiped a little bit off of my hand and lightly dip it into like a brown eyeshadow. And then I'm just gonna kind of dust it underneath my lashes to get a little bit more definition. And then rub it out with my finger. And then on the top, I'm gonna do the same thing and just try and get it really close to my lashes. And then I happen to have eyelash extensions. Praise the Lord. So all I do is brush them out. And then mascara on the bottom. I try so hard not to make that stupid mascara face, and I think it's impossible. I'm gonna take my highlighter from before, get it on a little brush, do the inside corner of my eyes, and then throw on a little lip gloss. Some setting spray. I know everyone and their mom uses this. It's not a setting spray. This is a moisturizing spray. Add some life back into your face after we just used half dozen powders on us. Do not use it as a setting spray. And then model on a bottle. And then that's it. That's all I do on a daily basis. I know it seems like there are a lot of steps, but really if you get it down, Like I said before, it takes me about 20 to 30 minutes tops to do a full face of makeup. And that's it. Don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Life is better when it's not perfect. So that's it. I really want to start doing about 2 to 3 videos a week. Obviously, I'm just now getting into this. I know there's a lot I need to learn. So if there's anything that you saw and it wasn't useful, anything that was useful, like, please let me know, because I would love to learn. On top of, if you have any ideas for more videos, anything you want to know specifically about me or about like what I do as a bridal makeup artist or photo shoots or anything, let me know, because I would love to hear it. Okay, the end.